Timmiah in Wake Forest, North Carolina. Happy 15th birthday. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com. And with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription lenses with anti-glare for your Versace 3192B color GB1 in the 54i size. Let's go ahead and get started. Tell you what, your dad's up a creek getting you these for your 15th birthday. What's he going to do for your 16th? He's going to have to get Jay-Z to sing you happy birthday. Of course, your little Versace card with the COA, the Certificate of Authenticity, if you want to register with Versace. Your Versace cleaning cloth. Hopefully you can see that through without the shine of the plastic. Let me close everything up, because the star attraction, the show for tonight, is your Versace, of course, your Italian leather Versace case. Says Versace on the inside. But this is what the main act of the night. This is what everyone wanted to see. This is your frame. Of course, it comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together while it is being shipped from Italy. And of course, you're going to get all the manufacturer's original packaging when I ship to you. But this is your frame. Let's bring it. Let's put the spotlight on there. Woo! Look at that. Now that's what Versace brings to the table. The GB1 is the classic shiny black. Of course, this is the 3192B. The B standing for bling, which this is going to bring to the table because it has been brought. All right, enough of that. Let's get down to work. All right, so I'm going to pop out the original demo lenses, one of which says Versace, or it could say Versace. I don't know. It depends on where you're from. I'm going to pop these out real quick, and I'm going to put your frame into the tracing element of my edger and hit the green go button. Now this little stylus is going to pop up, and it's going to go around and trace the shape of the right lens before moving over and tracing the shape of the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Versace frame, and you will receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. If you have vision insurance or flex dollars in your 2020, my receipt has my federal ID tax number, so you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether these are prescription or not. Now, Mia, yours are prescription. You can't be fronting with no fake demo lenses in there. You got to be able to see. So that is the shape of your lens, only magnified. That green outline is going to be the shape that the frame cuts. Let's go ahead and magnify it again, as I like to work on it. Your pupillary distance in each eye is 31. So the computer starts at 32.5. I'm going to hit this little minus button 3 times because it goes down in half millimeter increments. 32, 31.5, 31. So let's go ahead and get your lenses prepped. Let me put that where it belongs. Watch that magnet. Come on, magnet. Woo! All right, enough special effects. Okay, where are we at? Where are we at? Put your frame up. Safekeeping right there. So your right eye is -2, -50 at 180. -2, -50 at 180. How about that? It was already there. Take your lens out of the protective sleeve. Put it into my very dusty Marco 101 lensometer. Now would be, actually, let me zero it out, make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. Yep. Put the power drum on -2. -2 it is. Put the lens in there, rotate it until the sphere power comes in clearly. Find the optical center of your lens. Check your astigmatism correction. Girl, you got astigmatism. Your dad got you some astigmatism for your birthday. No, I'm just kidding. I'll explain what all that means in a little bit. But I'm put 3 dots on the lenses, which is hard for you to see. It's hard for me to see, so I'm going to darken them. It's hard for me to even say. Now that is the right lens. Let's do the same thing for the left lens. -2, -75, -2, -75 at 180. You are rare. I do not have to spin the axis wheel, the axis of 180. I even get to keep it on the -2. Put your lens in, rotate it until the sphere power comes in clearly. Find the optical center. Check your astigmatism. I think that's how it's pronounced. This is my first day on the job. I'm learning quickly. I really don't know what I'm doing, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. Stick with this one. Stick with this one. Uno, dos, ocho. And that is, I'm going to put an L on here. L stands for not right, which is just like me. I ain't right either. So let's go back down here. Put your lens on the platform. Come on, bug. Get out of my... Don't be stealing my spotlight. Okay, where am I at? Okay, so this is a block. I like to call it Jenny from the block. But I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. So I need to use a double-sided adhesive sticker. Let me wipe that extra red off of there. Caught me red-handed. Look at that, red-thumbed. That's even worse. Don't worry, it's not blood. It's only ink. If this were blood, I would be screaming and crying. That's how you can tell the difference. So let me get a double-sided adhesive sticker. The black side is the sticky side. That's how I can stick to my fingers. And I got sticky fingers. No. Put the sticker on one of those. Let me get the second one. Put that on there. Now this little silver button on the back is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. The first job it's going to do, let me pull the paper off to make the black side sticky, is it's going to get married to the little magnet that's in here. It's going to hold it in place in this arm. Now the reason I put those red dots on there is your lens has to be oriented in there just perfectly because of your astigmatism. So those 3 dots, move this around, that dot right there, of course this blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. If you were to measure vertically and horizontally, the exact dead center would be right there where that cross is. It did all the math for me. But your eye is just inset from there. So that black dot which is right there, follow me down, follow me down, follow me, oop, went too far, follow me back up, follow me back up, follow me back up. Perfect. That's going to go right there. That is your optical center. And those other 2 dots, I don't know what they're there for. No. They go on this orange line. That tells me it's in there oriented perfectly, that it's not off axis as we call it. We're going to stay on the 180. And I'm going to hit this button. An arm is going to come down and that block is applied to your lens. Let's do the same thing now for the unright lens. The pupillary distance is mirrored from the right, so we start at 31. Bring that, look at that smudge mark from the ink. Look at that. That's why I can't have nice lenses. I'm just kidding. So again, the optical center going right there. Those other 2 tell me when I get that little yellow X. I don't know if the camera's good enough to pick that up. You see that little yellow X as I move it off? And then when I get it there, boom, it shows up and it's telling me X and X. X marks the spot, but I missed the pupillary distance. Let me move that back into the box. I'm such a perfectionist. Except I almost forgot to put the block on there. Okay, pull the paper away. The black side is the sticky side. Let that little magnet attached there to something magnetical. Hit the button. You like that word magnetical? See if you can look that up in a dictionary. And this is the actual edger. This is what costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out and get one. Put it on their kitchen counter. Then they can cut their own glasses at home. You won't need this guy anymore. Actually, this costs $39,990. No, I'm sorry. This costs $39,999. This only costs $1. This is the special tool. I couldn't do anything without it. In fact, if I didn't have this, could I do this? Oh, I guess I could. All right, so this costs $40,000. Now that is the shape of your lens. That's the little block. I am going to use the polycarbonate lenses. So you see PC. I do not want to polish your lenses. I do not want to put a bevel on the front surface of the lens. I'm only going to put a bevel on the rear surface of the lens. And this is the actual cutting wheel. It is that wheel that's over here on the far right with that white residue on there. That's optical sawdust, if you will. This wheel in the center of that channel, that's what's going to put the valley on the lens, the bevel, so it stays inside the bevel of the frame and will never come out unless I want it to. But you have to say the magic word to get it to come out. Now, here's the job, the second job the magnet's going to do. It's going to hold it in place in the chuck. Of course, I like to call that the Charles because I don't know the machine well enough to call this chuck. So, let's see, I did all that. I'm going to hit the green arrow button, which is start in every language. The door closes, a clamp shuts, and then the lens is going to get traced by 2 white styluses. It's going to go around making sure the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. And it is. And it's going to go around twice, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so the lens fits best inside the frame. And you have no edge thickness whatsoever poking out. Now the cutting wheel is moved into place. If you notice, there is water running in the background. You can see the flickering light. Water is only back there to catch the optical sawdust. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic and high index plastic cut wet. In just a moment you will hear a grinding sound. That's the sound in my head all the time. And now that's the sound of your lens being cut. It's going to drown out the noise in my head. So your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Again, don't worry, that is ink, not blood. Let's start with the clean one. Your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. Your lenses are virtually unbreakable. They are bulletproof up to 22 caliber and have both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin. Well, your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. Unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that need to be reapplied every few hours when you're in intense direct exposure from the sun, this is permanent and never needs to be reapplied. Now, if you notice, your lens is completely flat around the edges, just like a nickel. If I were to take it out now, it would stand up on the counter on its own. In just a moment, it's going to drop down on the bevel wheel. This is its own check and balance system. It's measuring, again, exactly knowing where to place the bevel. And now it's going to lose that flat edge. It's going to drop down on that bevel wheel with that little channel, that little valley. Way down in the valley so low. Alright, I'm not a bass. I'm not much of anything, actually. Okay, the other nice thing about your lenses, they are aspheric. Aspheric simply means not round. A spherical lens is completely round in every direction like a basketball. Gives you an ugly cosmetic fishbowl appearance you've seen in people's cheap glasses. Well, you ain't getting that from me. So not only are they thinner and lighter, but the front curve is much flatter to fit today's flatter curvature frames. So, water has just kicked in, which it does it for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle just to wash away any optical debris. So, the other nice thing about your lens, you have the anti-glare coating. Let me grab a lens without the anti-glare. Anti-glare is 3 features in one. The first feature is that it eliminates glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead, fluorescent lights, you won't get that. Now the second feature is ARC, which stands for anti-reflective coating. So when someone's looking at you, it's an anti-reflection lens. So when someone's looking at you, they don't see the reflection in your eyes or in their lenses. They see just your eyes, so it makes for much better eye contact. The second feature that everyone likes is that if you take a selfie or if someone takes a picture with a flash, you don't see the flash lit up in the lens like you do here. Now the third feature that I like, which is the practical side, is it comes with the industry's best scratch coating. The machine that applies the anti-glare coating costs well over $1 million. It takes over 24 hours to apply because they literally vaporize 7 different layers, 7 different coatings onto your lens. So because of the time and the expense, they put the industry's hardest scratch coating on there to protect the work that they have done. So I'm going to take this lens, I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner using my thumbs. I press down the nose and it snaps right in. So let's go over, we're going to hit the L button, which again, L stands for not right. And we're going to hit the green arrow button. Where's my little flashlight? You know, I got a smaller flashlight, but I just can't find it. So again, it goes in there. The lenses are going to trace the lens to make sure it's large enough to fit into the frame. It's going to go around. You see the tracing go around there. And of course, it's going to go around twice, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the least amount of edge thickness. Don't be looking at the bling sparkling. I'm telling you, look at the edge. No lenses whatsoever, although it is nice. When you see something shiny, it's hard not to look at it. Go towards the light. Go towards the light. Okay. Let me go ahead and take this block off. It is no longer needed. Let's go down here to my dusty Marco 101 lensometer. I'm going to put the lens in right above that red dot, which is your optical center. And I'm going to test the power on the lens. And I'm getting -2 in the red. -2. Now the unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. It starts at 0 and going up from there in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1 1/4, 150, 175, 2. So you need 8 steps of correction for your farsightedness. You are nearsighted. Without your glasses on, you see great up close. Anything you get your hands on, you see great. Whatever you can't reach is when you need your glasses. everything you look at is actually much larger than it appears in real life. So when you put your glasses on, it will minify down to the correct size. That's why there's a minus sign. Now you need 8 steps of minification. You have 2 steps of astigmatism correction. Now, there is a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape. It's like saying someone has straight hair, someone else has curly hair. That is it. It is not a disease. It is not an affliction. So think of astigmatism correction as the fine-tune knob. Astigmatism is why you squint, because when you squint, you're changing the shape of your eye, that second curve. So that's what it does. Now, that's the fine-tune knob. This first number makes everything the correct size. This second number takes away the fuzzy edges. Like I said, the fine-tune knob. And it's like every fine-tune knob that you're going to turn, we're going to turn that knob to 180. Now, a straight line is over here. The point of the pen is 0, 90, 180, and 270 for those keeping score at home. So we're going to turn that knob from starting at 0, past the 90, all the way to 180. Although 0 and 180 technically are the same number. You're going to learn that in geometry. Of course, you're probably taking geometry this year anyway, being 15. Happy 15th birthday, Mia. Now, your right eye. Oh, so let's check the astigmatism correction. The 2 steps, and I'm getting minus 50. You remember high school algebra 1, you add the like signs together? Well, don't worry, I've already forgotten it too. Let's use today's terms. If someone borrowed $2 from you and then they borrowed another 50 cents, they would owe you $2.50. Look at that, $2.50, exactly halfway between 2 and 3. So, your left eye, same amount for farsightedness, 8 steps, which is in quarter increments. 8 quarters is 2, but you need a 3rd step for your astigmatism correction. Now, these first 2 numbers are real values to be concerned with. This last number could be anywhere from 0 to 180. That just tells us where to fine-tune everything at. Now, your lens is done. I'm going to open the door with my mind. Ooh, look at that. I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I can. It just takes a couple hours, but I can do it. You want to watch? Okay. So, you got a little optical sawdust left over on the lens. You see that there? I'm going to put that up there, stick that on there. Actually, you know what I do? I'm going to serve as a good example. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to get it all off your lens. I'm going to put it into one pile on the counter very neatly and very carefully. I'm going to wipe it on the floor. Oh, I love doing that. My wife hates it. That's right. I'm talking about you, honey. Are you paying attention? Okay, so I've got my left lens here. I've turned the frame around. I've got the empty side closest to me. I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner using my thumb. So I'm going to push it in. It snaps right in. Let me see if I can pull this off with my hands. Oh, look at that strength. So that is done. I'm going to put it in over that red dot, which is your pupillary distance. This is actually very rare to have the same axis in both eyes. We are muscular, and you have 6 eye muscles, and your left eye is just a hair weaker than your right. That's why you need 1 step of correction more for the left eye. But it just tells us what to do, and I get to be lazy because I get to keep that at 180. Put that in, measure the power, and what do you know? I'm getting minus 2 again. Minus 2. Now we're going to check your astigmatism correction, the second curve on your eye, and we're getting 275, 1 tick mark away from 3. Remember, if someone had borrowed $2 and they borrowed another 75 cents, they would be 275. Look, since you're loaning all that money out, let me hold $1, Mia. Come on, you know you're going to get some money for your birthday. Speaking of money, this frame runs $295, worth every penny of it. And the anti-frame and lenses, of course, you're going to get 1 free pair, free prescription lenses with every pair of glasses purchased. The anti-glare runs $40, and the total for your dad was $335, so happy 15th birthday. Now, your pupillary distance is 31 in each eye for a total of 62. I'm going to flip the card around so you can see those 2 red dots. That was on inches. Let me put it on millimeters. I'm going to place the 0 against my thumb on your right lens, and then when we hold it up on the left lens, we're getting 62 millimeters, so that is made perfectly. Now, this is the point in every video that I spit on your lens and clean it. Dewey. No, this is the point in every video that while I'm cleaning your lenses with optical grade acetone, that I explain that when you get these in the mail, Mia, there's a very small chance that these could be too loose, or a very small chance these could be too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that when you put these on, one side is going to sit higher than the other. That is because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And I forget the percentage of how many people have one ear closer in than the other, but because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, also known as the 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I'm going to set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. And when I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I take off my Versace, look at that, $31.99, color 5118, the dark blue, and Havana, which is tortoise. Look, we're going to be the Versace brother and sister. Although you got a little more bling than me. I can't run with you, girl. You're going to make me look bad. But, where was I at? Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, mine wobble because I'm part of that 80%. Did I mention I have ADD too? My ADD is so bad that... Wait, what was I talking about? Okay, so let me flip this over. Press down, there is no wobble. I close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly. And they do, and that the temples are not askew in any way like that. Check the tension on each hinge, and that is that. So, Mia, of course your full name is Timmiah, but you go by Mia in Wake Forest. Again, happy birthday. If any, happy 15th birthday. Man, Dad, what are you going to do for 16? This is like getting a Mercedes. Not even a convertible Mercedes for your 16th birthday. But if anyone has any questions about what I can or can't do, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. If you look real close, you can see the Gmail in there. But Mia, I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription lenses with anti-glare for your Versace 3192B for bling, color GB1, which is the classic shiny black in the 54 eye size. And of course, all Versaces are made in Italy. Hopefully my camera picks this up. I can't see what you guys are looking at, but everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.